Hello, my beautiful soul. This is Doris Victoria. Welcome to your personal empowerment channel. It is a pleasure to connect with you today. Thank you for being here. I want to share something with you today that has been near and dear to my heart. It has been one of my biggest themes that I've been working on in my life, and that's worthiness. And the theme of today's video is how do we manifest what we really, really want? So first of all, what I want to share about manifestation is we don't attract what we want. We attract who we are. And let's go deeper here, because why are so many people wishing for things, thinking about the things, thinking they're doing things well? Why is the whole theme about manifestation so apparently difficult? So many people have dreams, so many people have wishes, but why don't we get there? Why don't we get there quicker? Why don't we get there ever? So here is the thing. I believe, and this is my personal perspective, I believe that the biggest wound of humanity is that we have all, how can I say, we have forgotten, but in a way we have been conditioned not to feel. And so many of us, we've had trauma. Recently I heard somebody speaking about trauma, and she said there is about 70% of the world's population has suffered from some sort of trauma. And trauma can be emotional abuse, trauma can be physical abuse, trauma can be war, trauma can be any kind that we have experienced, anything that we have experienced that is not in alignment with who we truly are. And who we truly are is love and light and compassion and beauty and joy. And so anything, when we felt mistreated as a child, or we felt unheard or whatever, this has caused some sort of trauma, which caused us to kind of disconnect from this part in our body or in our emotional body. It can be the physical, the emotional body. It can also be the mental body. It's just something that we kind of push aside because it has been too painful. But this energy often gets blocked. And if we don't revive it, so to speak, if we don't take it out and revive it, kind of like give it a CPR, right? We breathe through it again. We bring light to it and heal it. Then that trauma gets stuck and it is keeping us from feeling again. And so the reason for manifestation, those of us who are manifesting the fastest are those of us that are able to put ourselves in this, in this feeling state that we need to be in order to manifest what we want. So here's the thing, 70% of the world's population has suffered from trauma. We don't really have tools. We don't learn in school. Psychology often fails. I have had any kind of therapy in my life. The only thing I didn't try is psychedelics, but because I've always been a very deeply, deeply feeling person. But how can I say, so many things that are offered by society are not really working. And so many people of us, we kind of go through our lives with trauma, which is keeping us from breathing fully, from connecting back to joy and bliss and happiness. And when we are enjoying bliss and happiness, that's when we can really put our focus onto what we want and then feel as if it would already be there, as if it was already manifested. And so this feeling part, I think, is so, so important. And I believe that the reason, as I said already, I believe that the reason that many people don't manifest what they desire is because we don't know how to feel it. Because we have never learned to feel our own body. We have never learned to feel trauma. We have never learned how to kind of reconnect with our feelings, kind of accept and welcome our feelings back so that we can heal what is not in alignment within us. And we can move through the next stage in our life, meaning that we can really feel what we want and feel ourselves again. So feeling is healing, and if you're not feeling, you're not healing. And so, why is this so dear and near to my heart, dear one? This is called your personal empowerment channel. And for me, another thing that I want to introduce here, this is a very packed jam session today, a juicy session, is you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are, and you attract what you feel you are worthy of. And I've already touched upon this in another video, I believe. But worthiness is such a big part. So I just recently worked with a client and she had a breakdown and she was starting to cry in the session and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe what I have settled for. And I so deeply felt with her because this is where I have been as well. I had this moment in my life where I woke up and I shed tears and it was a very intense moment where I promised myself I will never ever settle for anything that is not in alignment with my values. Because so many of us, because we're not allowing ourselves to feel, we are settling for things that are way underneath our values or they're way underneath our worth. Why? Because we think we're not worthy of what we desire, because what we desired when we were little has maybe not been accepted, or it has not been tolerated, or it has not been welcomed in any way. It has been downgraded or whatever, or you were even fought against, whatever happened. But that is not important. What is important is what we feel now, where energies are blocked, and what we can do about it, and what we are doing actually about it to change that. So let me know if this has helped you. I would be thrilled to speak more about that. I have so much to share with you. But I wanted to touch on this theme because I always get asked again, listen, I'm wishing for that. I do everything as I have been told, but this is the mental part. I do everything that I have been taught to do in order to manifest something. Well, do you feel? Have you worked on your trauma? Have you transformed your trauma? And have you transformed your biggest trauma? And the biggest trauma of humanity is that most of the people are suffering from unworthiness, some sort of unworthiness. And when we are able to heal this, my goodness, imagine what will be possible. So please let me know in the comments below if this has helped you. Please ask me specific questions. If you want me to talk more about this, I'm happy to share more. This is such a big, deep subject. There's a lot of juicy stuff to share. So let me know in the comments below. And as always, I would be so happy if you give it a like or you subscribe and you follow me. Thank you so much also for sharing this video with your friends, family members, people that you know that would need this kind of information. Thank you again so much for being here. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.